Hello everyone, and welcome to this Hand of Unity Let's Play series of Temtem. I'm your host Bobby, and I will be guiding you through this alpha version of the game. I will show you the game itself, its mechanics, and hopefully, if you haven't already, persuade you to buy this fantastic game when it releases, because we need this game to succeed. So what is Temtem? Temtem is a Pokemon-inspired MMO game developed by a Spanish company called Crema? Not quite sure how you pronounce that. So if you've played the Pokemon games before, you'll probably have a good idea of what to do in this game. So far, the developers have confirmed we will be able to enjoy a rich open world that we can play with our friends and even co-op with them in most of the areas. PvP battles will be included, as well as breeding, player housing, and plenty of customization. So with all that, let's get started. So after clicking the play button, you'll be taken into the customization screen, where you can design your character to look just the way you want. There's only a limited number of customizations at the moment, but hopefully when the game is released there'll be a few more to choose from. So first of all, we're going to choose one out of the two portraits here. You'll notice the one on the left is your male character and the one on the right is the female character. So most of the time when you start a game for the first time, it can be a bit confusing as to which is which, so just bear that in mind. So I'm going to make this character look like myself, so I'm going to choose male. We've then got a variety of skin colours to choose from. Now I've got quite light coloured skin myself, so we're going to choose this one, I think. So we can also choose our stance when a character is not moving. So we've got a superhero pose here, kind of a standard one there, normal one there. Yeah, I think we'll go with one of these normal ones here. Yeah, we'll go with that one, I think. So now on to the head customization. So we've got 5 face shapes to choose from, but I think this one looks most like myself, so I'll choose that one. Face, I think I will go with that one. Probably looks most like me. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that one. Can't make my mind up. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay, so eyes. Now I have blue eyes, so let's give this character blue eyes. That one's perhaps too dark. That one, that's too light. Maybe that one? Okay. Now on to the most important part of the customization, the hair. So those of you that know me, I am a bald man, and every character that I ever play in a game has to be bald. So I'll show you all the different hairstyles anyway, but we will definitely be picking a bald character. And then onto the eyebrows. So one of the previous times that I played this game, I had white eyebrows and it looked like I'd got none at all. So we're not going to do that this time. We're going to pick something that's a little bit more my hair colour and eyebrow colour. So we'll go for this one, I think. Looks a little bit more like... it looks like I've got eyebrows now. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. The other colour, obviously we don't have any hair to have any like highlights or anything in there, so I don't think that really matters right now. So on to the tops. These are all the different options that you've got. I think though we're going to go with a t-shirt shirt combo. T-shirt there, or we could I think we're going to go with that one, the t-shirt shirt combo. And we're going to have a blue shirt, I think, with a white t-shirt. That's something that I would wear. Onto the trousers or the shorts. Just go for some. Oh no, don't like that. Right, yeah, just maybe some plain jeans, dark colour. Yeah, that's like the sort of thing I would wear. Shoes. If we go for something. Maybe matching the shirt like this. Yeah, that'd work, I think. Onto the bag. I think maybe that one's got a bedroll on it. A plain one. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And if we make it, ooh, yellow. Yes, because I do like my electric types, so that would work pretty well. Okay, so the name, now I always try and put my own name Bobby in, but it always seems to be taken in every single game, which I'm pretty certain it will be on this one because I've already tried it. Yep, okay, so we'll have to go with my other name that I have to use in this instance, which is Bobby P. I know this one's already available because I've already used it in the other playthroughs. There we go. Okay, so the first person we're going to meet is Aina, who I assume is our mum, guardian. I don't know. I don't know what she is. But anyway, obviously she's greeting us this morning. Good morning. Better wake up fast. Well, I will need coffee and I will need some toast, I think. Who's waiting for me? Today is a Saturday. Oh, it's Apprentice Eve. Right, okay. Okay. Tempedia. So the Tempedia is basically like your Pokédex if you've played Pokemon before. We'll show you that in a bit. And a Tempedial. Now, it doesn't really explain what the Tempedial is, but I'm pretty certain it's the map and compass that you see in the top right corner of your screen. There we go. Tempedial is all the Temtem we capture. Okay. So, this is my little starter room here. There's a Pig Epic on the bed. Not my choice of Temtem, but hey ho. Okay, let's go downstairs. Nothing to see and hear. I mean, the graphics in this game are fantastic. Finally seeing a game like this on PC is just fantastic. The sound's great, the graphics are great. I'm really excited about this game and its potential. Okay, so Zadar, home sweet home. It's Bobby P. Ah, everyone's come out to see me. Not many people though. All of Zadar is here. Ah, they're gonna miss me. That's nice. Ah, and they've got me some pocket money as well. My friend Max. He's not my friend. No one cares about you, Max. Hey, Prof. Okay. Big plans, yes. Big plans for Temtem. Oh, starters. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is the town of Zadar. It's a little small, but for a starter area, it's got everything you need. So we're just going to head over here to Professor Konstantinos' lab. Please don't disturb. Wonder what's going on in there. Okay, so let's head in. Okay, so those of you that have played Pokemon before will recognise this sort of style of starter area. So this is where we get to choose our one of our 3 starters. Okay, yeah. Digitals. The digital Temtems do look really cool. They're pretty powerful against most types as well. Okay, so these are the starter Temtems. We've got Crystal, the crystal type. We've got Smazy, the melee type, and we've got Houchik, however you pronounce that. We'll call it Houchik, I think. The mental type. Now, the last playthrough that I did, I chose Smazy, this melee monkey here. I found for the alpha it was okay. A lot of the Temtems that you come up against, it's not really great. It does okay, but if you obviously click F on it, it says here it's strong against Earth and Crystal. Now, there aren't actually that many Earth and Crystal types in the game at this alpha stage, so if you're looking for something that's going to be optimal, I would probably not recommend this one. The fact that it's weak against mental as well, and there are a couple of mental types in the game that you'll come up against. So it's up to you. If you like the look of it, by all means go ahead with it, but just bear in mind that in a lot of cases it's not going to be that useful. No. Okay, then we've got the Houchik. Now, I've seen quite a lot of people running around with these because they are really powerful, they look great. Strong against neutral and melee. You're not going to come up against a lot of melee types, but you will encounter the odd few neutral types. So I think this one's a good choice to go for. Weak against crystal. Again, there aren't many crystal types in the game. The only ones that I can think of to hand is one that you'll get later on, which I won't spoil things, and the crystal starter, which we will look at in a second. So, by all means, Houchik I think is a great looking one, and it's good for this particular alpha as well. But the one that I am going to go for this time is this crystal one, and I'll show you why. So it's strong against electric and mental. Now you're going to come up against a lot of electric types in this alpha stage, and also quite a few mental types as well. Yes, it's weak against fire, and you will come up against a lot of fire types later on. But again, there aren't many earth types, so there's probably like 2/3 of the game I would say this is going to be great for, and then maybe towards the final stages of the game it's perhaps not going to be as useful, but still, it looks great, and I think based on the last playthrough that I had, it's probably the most optimal choice to go for, based on the types of encounters that you incur. So I think we will go with this one. Yay. Okay, so we could talk to this girl here. Don't think she's got any quests or anything though. Yeah, thought not. Okay, so let's go outside. Ugh, Max. Right, so this is the first battle with Max. It's pretty much a battle that you can't win. A little spoiler alert there, sorry. Yeah, this is just to obviously show you the battle, but also how powerful his digital one is. So pretty much whatever we use here is not going to really damage him that much. And he's pretty much going to one-shot us. There we go. Yeah. Now the digital ones, whilst they are really powerful, they're extremely weak against electric types. So don't think that you know, you're going to really struggle to beat that guy. I think they're pretty weak against water as well. So yeah, there's plenty of Temtem out there that will beat that digital type. It's just the starter ones that you get. None are optimal for that. Hey, a 2-eye. So this is interesting here. So a couple of the rumours going around at the moment are that the 2-eye might be the equivalent of Pokemon's Eevee, where it can evolve into different types. There's no evidence in this particular game so far, but based on what they're saying here, it's entirely possible that the 2-eye could evolve into some kind of alternative types. Maybe you take it to the fire area and it can evolve into a firebird, or you take it to the water area and it'll evolve into a water type. Still, obviously, early stage of the game, but very intriguing as to what that could turn into. Okay, so the Tem cards. So the Tem cards are pretty much like the Pokeballs in Pokemon. It's going to allow us to capture Temtem and store them. So we've got 8 of those. And some bombs. So the bombs are basically the healing potions. We've got 8 of those. Okay. So I'm going to head out over here. Now all these NPCs, pretty much nearly all of them you can talk to. Some will give you quests. Based on personal experience so far, none of them give you any amazing rewards. Just bear that in mind. There isn't actually even a quest log in the game, so you're going to have to keep track of your own quests for now. But certainly one way that you can keep an eye on what quests are available. If you look at your map in the top right corner here, you'll see a little exclamation mark, which will indicate the NPC that you can talk to that will give you a quest. Okay, so like if we talk to this one, for example, press F. Okay, okay, no problem. So she's looking for a pendant. Okay, so where did you last see it? Here by the sea. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, so she's given us a quest to go look for a pendant. Now, I think I know where the pendant is. I think we'll need the surfboard to go and find it. The surfboard becomes available to us after we beat one of the trainers, so we'll get that later, so we can always come back to that quest. But just certainly an idea to keep an eye on. Just keep an eye out on your map there for any exclamation marks if you want to do the quests. Yeah, remember to use a balm. I mean, you can use the bombs. There's something I'll show you in a bit. I mean, obviously, if you go over here just for a second, facing north that way, there is a mini Temtem healing center. So we're going to head that way to get to there to heal the Temtems up. But also, where you started off, where you wake up in your room, if you go back there, Aina will heal your Temtems for free as well. So don't think that you have to make it all the way there and use all your bombs and things like that. It's probably a good idea if you want to try and save those bombs, to be honest. So let's see if we can capture our first Temtem. Paro. So Paro is a wind type. Wind types are weak to electric. Now, we don't have any electric types at the moment, so we're going to go with what we've got. So, I'll give you a brief overview of the battle interface here. So, the green bars are your health points. The blue bar is your stamina. So as you use certain abilities, your stamina will go down. After each turn, you will regain a certain number of stamina points. So if you right click over here, this shows you one of the abilities that we can use. So Glass Blade. So Glass Blade is a crystal attack, okay? And you can know that it's a crystal attack by a couple of things. One, the colour of the bar here. So this is kind of like a pinky coloured bar. So that obviously indicates that it's a crystal attack. You've also got, oh, it goes off. The crystal icon there above where it says Glass Blade indicates that it's a crystal attack as well. The star next to it will come into a bit later on in one of the other videos, because there's quite a lot of things to go through on the stats and things like that, but that basically indicates that's a special attack, and will use your special attack stat. You'll then notice that the Glass Blade does 32 damage and a stamina usage of 5. Okay, then it's got a priority of 2. So basically the priority will indicate how quickly that gets used in battle. Okay, so will your attack have priority over something else that's got higher priority? Okay, then we've got Nibble, which is a normal attack. Again, you know it's a normal attack because it's got a white colour on it, and the white sort of swirly circle symbol there. Again, this is a special attack. Damage 37, stamina 7. Now, you'll notice this one here, Mirror Shell, has it's greyed out, and there are 2 bars there next to it. Now, basically, what this means is, if you see an attack where it's got it's got more than 1 bar there, so obviously that's got 1, that's got 2. If you see anything like that, what that means is that's only going to be usable on the second turn. So if you saw 3 bars there, that would be usable only on the 3rd turn. So as and when you get your abilities, it's good to bear that in mind. Sometimes the ones that are only activatable on the 2nd or more turns are more powerful. Some of them are, buffs, debuffs, things like that. So just again to bear that in mind. The other thing is the switch out button, so we can click that, and as we get more Temtems we can switch them out, choose different ones. We've got the skip turn button, so if we wanted to skip a turn to maybe regain some stamina, we could do that. That's your flee button, so if you wanted to run away from the battle, you click that, and then that will use up a turn on that Temtem to run away. You'd obviously then, if you still want to run away, you'd need to do it on your second Temtem as well. And then this is your bag, so if you wanted to capture the Temtem, you'll go into your bag. Once the Temtem's down to a certain health points, you'll then use your Tem card, and you can also apply bombs here as well, but bear in mind that when you apply any kind of item, it does use a turn of that particular Temtem. Okay, so that's enough for the moment. So we want to try and capture these Paros, so we will use a so damage 32, damage 37. Like I say, we don't have any electric attacks, so we will use a nibble on him, and peck 24, windblade damage 40. So oh, another thing I'd point out, it's not very well explained here, and we'll show you a little bit more later on, but if you hover over a Temtem with a particular attack, you'll notice the circle is white, and what that basically means is that that will do 1 times damage. Okay, now again, it's not very well explained because obviously that's a wind attack. Paro is a wind type, so if you were to actually use that, the colouring, it must be a bug of some kind, because if you use that attack, it'll actually only do half damage, so that really should have been depicted by a red circle. So we're not going to use Windblade because I already know that that's going to do half damage, so we're going to use Peck for now. Okay, so he's used Stare to lower our defense. So again, we don't want to damage them too much, so I'm going to go with a Glass Blade now on that one, and we'll go with another Peck on that one. Great, so that's got the Paro down to the red level of his HP. Ah, damn it. Right, so we'll just have to capture this guy at the moment. Well, there'll be other opportunities to capture some Paros. They are pretty good, actually. So, obviously, we've used our turn for Crystal, using a Temtem card. There's nothing we want to do here with 2i, because anything we do now could potentially kill the Paro, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to skip a turn there. Yay! So we've caught Paro. Okay, so this is the screen that it looks like when you capture your Temtems. You can send to the squad, you can rename it. The stats are over here. Again, we'll talk about the stats in another video, but just to give you a very quick overview, you've got your health points, your stamina, speed, attack, defense, special attack, special defense. These are the current stats for the Paro, and these are the single values here. Okay, now these are basically kind of like the IVs from Pokemon. So if you're looking to min-max your Temtems, these are the stats that you want to look for. The SVs range from 1 to 50, so obviously 1 being the worst, 50 being the best. You kind of get to know as well what's considered good by the colouring of the SVs. So if it's red, it's considered pretty bad. If it's green, it's considered good. Orange, sort of middle of the road. So just something to bear in mind there. again, we'll talk about the how the stats interact with abilities and things like in another video, but this particular Pyro's pretty bad actually. So we'll add him to the squad, but we'll probably end up replacing him for a better one at some point. Okay. So so these things, these little boxes, you'll notice, these are dotted around the world, certain places. Some are hidden, some are really obvious, and some which you actually can't get to in the game at this alpha stage because it requires certain types of equipment. So if you see any of these, try to get to them if you can. Some contain items such as Temtem cards, healing balms, techniques, and some just contain items that you can only just sell to the shopkeepers. Okay, so we've got obviously Pyro there. We will go back here. We will try and capture one more, and then we will go back to our home to get a heal before we carry on. So you can just carry on if you want. Just having played this through a couple of times now, I know what we're going to encounter, so a heal would probably be a good idea. Okay, so we've got another Pyro, so we will use a glass blade and we will use a wind blade. So I'll just show you this bug. I think it's a bug anyway, and I'll show you later on why that's a bug. So going to use wind blade. There we go. So why wasn't it doing that before? That definitely wasn't doing that before. So wind blade, there we go, great example. So we've chosen wind blade, which is a wind attack. Pyro is a wind type. It's got a red circle there, which means it's going to do half damage or less. Okay, and click that. Wind blade, half damage. See? And that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That's exactly where we wanted to get him. So now he's damaged. We'll go to our Temtem cards. And we'll skip a turn. Great. Now this guy's a bit better. That's more like it. 41 HP. That's good. Stamina's bad. Yeah. Speed's bad. Attack's very bad. Defense, special defense. Yeah. See, the Pyro is, I think, based on what I've seen, more of a attacking type, especially when it evolves. So, whilst that one is better than the first one that we got, I think, the stats are perhaps a little too defensive there. So again, we'll add it to the squad, but I think we can still get better than that. Okay, so we're going to head back home. And we are going to get some heals. Hey Anna. It's going fine. And she's going to heal them up. Thank you. Okay, so you can see at the bottom right here, all the Temtems are now healed. So in case you're wondering, obviously the green bar is the HP, just like it is in the battle. The pinkish coloured bar is your XP bar. So actually this is probably a good idea to show you the menus. So if you press tab on your keyboard, it brings up the menus. So you can go to your squad. Now it shows you all the Temtems that we've got, including the two that we've just caught. Okay. So we've got Crystal, HP, the blue bar for the stamina, and the pink bar for the XP. So at least it shows you how much XP you've gained, how much you need to gain to then level up. Okay, so initially every Temtem that you capture until all your slots are full will go straight into your squad. After that, any Temtem that you capture once your squad is full will go into your Temtem bank, which you'll see later on, and you'll be able to swap Temtems in and out and pick the squad that you like best. Okay. Again, we'll go through the individual stats and things of Temtems in the next video. So the Tempedia, basically the Pokédex, shows you all the Temtems that you've encountered. Obviously, at the moment, all we've encountered really is the starter ones and the ones that we've caught, which is the Paro. Okay. So obviously we want to try and get this as full as possible. Mount, there apparently will be mounts in the game. Not in alpha at the moment, but I'm hoping this will allow you to get onto flying Temtems, fly about from city to city, like you could in some of the Pokemon games. Or get on a rideable mount and just go quicker through the different places and maybe encounter Temtem, wild Temtems less. We can go to our character. There's me. Shows you your squad. Now club, that is apparently going to be part of the guild system that they are going to introduce, apparently. So that will be really good, especially for our Hand of Unity guild. So if anybody out there not in a guild at the moment looking for a guild that is going to be playing Temtem, look no further. Come to us, check us out. The link will be in the description and at the end. Competitive, obviously there's going to be PvP in the game as well. Tempedia, obviously how many we've captured. Lumas, so Lumas, you'll probably see them knocking about in this Let's Play series. A few people have already caught them. They're basically like the shiny versions of the Temtems. The way that they work is if a Temtem has a 4 or higher max SVs, they are basically a Luma. So it is going to be a chance thing. The current chance of capturing a Luma is about 1 in 6,000, it reckons. So that is a lot of grinding. I think we worked it out to be, something around like 33 hours of grinding, and even then, obviously, you're not guaranteed. I think one guy online reckoned he did about 160 hours before he caught his first Luma. So again, it's a pure chance thing. We even had a guy in the guild that caught one within 5 minutes of starting the game. So you could have great luck, you could have really bad luck. I'm the sort of person who has really bad luck in these sort of games when it comes to capturing stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, backpack. Obviously, this is the items that we've got. Yeah. So you'll pick up certain items along the way. We've got customize. So this is going to be the area where you can purchase different items of clothing, and you can go and wear them. So we could change the bare chest if we wanted. Pick up different coloured bags in the shops and things like that. We can interact with other players. Yeah, so because we're in an instance area here, we'd have to go outside. And if we interact now, you can see all the players that are in the area. Okay. So we will probably show you the interact feature more in one of the other videos, because what I'd like to do for that is get some of the Hand of Unity guild members involved. We can do some trading, we can do some battles, and I think that would probably be a lot more useful. So obviously there's going to be competitive matches in there. We can make friends with other people. There's also going to be co-op in this game as well, so you can actually team up with a friend, run around, and obviously at the moment when we are battling with wild Temtems, we're using 2 of our own. So you'll be able to use one Temtem, your friend will use one, and you'll be able to battle together, which I think is a nice feature. The club is obviously going to be the guild. They haven't told us too much of how that's going to work or benefit you, but I think there's obviously going to be benefits there. Settings, quick game, pretty self-explanatory, not much there. Not quite sure what this does, but I think this is going to be the map. There isn't actually really a map feature in the game apart from the kind of like mini map and compass area here in the game. So yeah. So that's probably a good place to leave it for this Let's Play episode. We will catch up on the next one where we will carry on the adventure a little bit more. We'll talk a little bit about the stats and how they work. And yeah, okay, so we will leave it there. So thank you for watching. This has been a Temtem Let's Play for the Hand of Unity Guild, and we will catch you on the next episode. Bye.